Hello, it's Drew. I'm also known as the real estate coach. The reason why is my job is to guide, protect, and give an advantage to my clients. So what I'm doing today is I'm going to be going through some of my favorite areas in the downtown Columbia area. These are some subdivisions that, this is relative, but I deem them affordable. I feel they have a great room for appreciation. Now, I cannot guarantee appreciation, especially all the craziness we're going through, but it's a place where I would put my own money. Okay. So it's close to the Vista. So you got great restaurants, great shopping, great location. You can easily get to I-26. You can take 277 up towards 77 if you want to, get to the suburbs. You are 10 minutes away at max from USC campus. So if you want to do anything in downtown Columbia, you're about as close as it gets. You can just throw your bike in the car. Or if you're adventurous, you can ride your bike to the paths of, Riverwalk and all those areas. I just love it out there. I have a house. When I moved back to Columbia, I bought it there. And I still have it. I rent it out. I have an emotional attachment to it. So one of the things I tell my clients is if I'm showing you this area, don't let me sell you on it because I love it. So I'm going to be naturally saying a lot of good stuff about it. So I want to introduce it to you and you decide if it works or not. Now, of course, it's kind of early in the morning. So get your coffee, get your pen, get your paper. Today, what we're doing is we are going to be looking at Earlewood, Elmwood, Cottontown, Keenan Terrace. Those are some up and coming areas that have been up and coming for a while now. And we're going to see what's been taking place. So I am sharing my screen today. And what we're going to do is let me hop over to it. So I already pulled them up. And what I'm doing right now is I'm looking for what is active, meaning what could we go take a look at? What can you make an offer at? And since I'm actually choosing select neighborhoods, that's dwindling down the amount of properties. So while my original intent is to see what's new this week, I'm going to go back to January, February, March 1st, right? So that's 3 months of inventory. We're going to first look at the active, and then we're going to look at what's taken place, what's gone under contract, what's sold, what's no longer on the market. So let's take a look. And see what we'll see is the subdivisions. Keenan Terrace. Canal Place is one of the newest built homes out there. It was built by Mungo, just basically neighboring Earlewood. We have Earlewood, Elmwood, Keenan Terrace. So Keenan Terrace is just right across the street pretty much from Earlewood. So Keenan Terrace, sometimes you feel like you get more for the dollar. And I think in areas you do. And I like Keenan Terrace. But what you have to watch out for is the Duke Avenue is an area where when you go north of it, usually a lot of people don't like to go north of it. And a lot of crime tends to happen closer to Duke Avenue. So being closer south in Keenan Terrace is typically better. Okay. And you can see, you're pretty much in the downtown area and there's things available for under 100. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. And I'm going to be using a view where you'll get a good feel of the picture. So here we go. We start off with the Mungo, right? Canal Place. And again, I got a late start. I admit I was up late last night, so I should be up and going by 7:45, but this morning I'm a little slow, so just bear with me as I drink my coffee. Okay, so these have really nice floor plans. They're selling this one for $249.9. Now, the reason you have your pins is if you're getting ready to look for a house, there's a number up here, 492977. That's the MLS number. That's a number where if you give it to me, I can just pull it up directly. So it's so much easier than you calling me or texting me the address and let's say you send me 147 Canal Place and make it one word, and then I'm like, okay, I can't find it, or you accidentally do 142 Canal Place, but if you give me 492977, I'll find it. Okay. So again, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, 2 stories. That's, newer construction. The older homes are all 1 story typically. So they have good curb appeal, 1,900 square feet. And in this area, one of the biggest things you got to focus on is the lay of the land. Some of the lots slope heavily, so you just want to make certain that the foundations don't have problems. Community has been around for a while now, so a lot of any issues should be seen in houses now. Okay, so let's just take a couple of looks at the pictures. So it does look like a resale. This is the house I like. And I don't know if you noticed that. That was nice of the builder. Is, just some of the older homes built in the 40s, you'll see a lot of arches, you'll see a lot of transoms. That's the little glass thing that goes above the doors. The reason they had those was back in the day, you'd have like one square room and the bedrooms feeding off of that. And all the doors going into it would have these glass windows you could open and shut. And that was because the central heat was literally central heat pretty much coming through that main room. So if you didn't want the heat to go in the room, you'd keep your windows shut and you could open it up to create the airflow. But yeah, I mean, this is a beautiful home. Great location. I'm surprised they had so many clothes in that picture, but okay. Okay, so again, that one was 249.9. Okay, so now we're in Earlewood. I have a house in this neighborhood. It's, an area you can walk around, safe. That was surprising. It was almost more like a... Okay, so this one I believe I saw before. This one looks like a flip. Love the bathroom. Okay, this one's priced at 180, under 1,000 square feet, 3 bedroom, 2 baths. So those are going to be some pretty tight bedrooms. And again, in the downtown area, all the houses are different because so many houses were built at a small square footage. So they're just trying to gain a bathroom anywhere they can, get a closet where they can, add on where they can. So some of the floor plans are not going to make sense because they were just trying to create where sometimes creation is not very easy to do. So that's something you have to be aware of when you look in the downtown area. Typically, you're going to sacrifice on the master bedroom. You're typically going to sacrifice on the closet space. Going to sacrifice typically on the not having a garage. Those are just things that people who want to live in that downtown area close to the city, sometimes people are willing to give that up. Okay, this one doesn't have any pictures yet. Only been on the market 2 days, so I would have expected pictures by now. But that one's a 3 bedroom, 1.5 bath, priced at $255. That one is in the Elmwood area. Okay. You know what? I'm going to do this real quick. Might as well just go ahead and throw another neighborhood in. Okay. We probably haven't gotten other these yet. Okay. And again, when you watch these, go ahead and put it at 1.5 because I'm doing my real estate homework right now. I'm not entertaining as much as talking things out as I do my research and helping you understand things better. So feel free to go fast, right? I'm all for that. So I have no problems, because if there's a setting like usually the gearbox, and if you put it at say 1.5, and I'm thumbing through these houses, and you say, ooh, that house I want to know more about, slow it down, rewind. Okay, so 280,000. This is Elmwood. I don't think we've pulled this one up yet. This is a beautiful looking home. I'm wondering where this is at because it looks newer. Okay, so I'm going to kind of go through the pictures. If you want more information, you can always send me the MLS number and I can get all the information for you. Okay. Okay, we got one on Clark Street, 333,000. West Confederate. Now this is going to have nice architectural details, so I'm going to take a look at this one. Let's see what it has to say. So this is one, it looks bigger from the pictures, but it's only under 1,400 square feet. That's why it only has one bathroom. So it's going to have the hardwoods. Interesting. This has been one of the vacation rentals in the past. Okay, let's take a look. I'm thinking I've been in this one before. So remember how I was talking about, you know, the archways, the transoms. So you see right there, that was probably where that grate looks kind of small, but with the transom and transom, this is probably the room, probably right where they're standing is the grate where the old furnace used to come up. So right now, this is one of those, okay, I was almost thinking that was like a front door, but you can see how small the closet is. There, this was probably built in the 40s. Let's see. Okay, and this viewpoint doesn't look like I have the year on it, so I can always pull that up on a different screen, but I got to be careful what I show on screen right now because there's different views that are agent only views, and that could have information such as if there's alarms, things like that, that I'm not allowed to share. Okay, so we have another Elmwood priced at 145, so a little under 1,100 square feet. Okay, let's keep moving. Okay, 160 Kensington, Jackson Avenue. 1,500 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. First thing, there are certain things I look at as a realtor, and the more you look online, the more you're gonna get your way of just kind of going fast. Days on market is everything, because to me, I mean, it relates directly to price. This house has been on the market 64 days for 180,000. So I haven't been inside this house yet. I haven't even looked at a picture inside, but I would want to look at the history. Has it gone down in price? Because if not, I almost feel it may not be worth my client's time to go in it. Why? Because there's over 4,000 agents who are trying to get their clients the best property. They've been looking at the houses when they go on the market. We focus on the days on market really right now under 7. Okay, so that's almost 10 times the amount of the best houses. If we know they're going to go under market in 7 days, we don't have time to waste of looking at the houses that aren't going to work. You know, you can't, what is that? If you chase 2 squirrels, you get none. That's kind of the approach to this. We want to know what your focus is, what you're looking to achieve, and zero in on that and look for the houses that just hit. Now, there's always differences to the rules. If you're looking for a distressed property, if you're looking to be more of an investor, that's where we may pull up houses only 60 days on market and greater, and we go in saying the market's telling us this is too much, we're going to use this data to lower this price. Okay, now we don't know if it's this price because they have to get that price or what. And see, like right now, it looks like a great house. And so, you know, probably isn't, look, it probably is a great house. But then it keeps coming back of why is it still on the market? You know, because I've been doing research. Coronavirus is not stopping houses from closing. But it could be that the storyline with these people is they had it on the market, but they refused showings. That could be a reason it's still on the market, and, you know, maybe not overpriced, just people weren't allowed to get in. Or, and this is where I'm probably guessing, it's probably there's an area around it where maybe there's a higher pocket of crime. So since I can't know that 100% of crime in every house, I would say, you know, call the sheriff's department. What do they have to say? Are they familiar with this address? If they're comfortable with it, let's put it on the list then. But we want to do a little bit more research. But the house is beautiful. Yeah, that's just a beautiful area. I do not like this screen as much because, oh, here it is. So let me see the area. So we are getting a little bit closer to Duke. But Abington, yeah, I remember that street had a bunch of new constructions. I don't think that street's that bad. So I'll just summarize this one of, this would be a drive-by house. Get in the car, drive by the area, drive, you know, a couple of streets around it, see what you feel about the area, you know, doing it in the morning, doing it in the evening, you know, 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock at night is a great way to get a feel for the area. But it's a beautiful looking house on that one, but it's been on the market a lot longer than I would have expected. Okay, Palmetto Avenue. So again, 2-bedroom, 1 bath, a little over 1,000 square feet, priced at $75,000. That's a good price to get into a house. So this one's, excuse me. So of course it does have some older windows. The kitchen's gonna need some work. But I mean, this is a house that, the big thing on this one is getting a good termite inspection. Is there any wood rot? The bathrooms need to be replaced. If not, I mean, you can fix this house up pretty quick, and if nothing else, it could be a great rental property. Also a great first time home. Okay, that's another. So what we're seeing right now is there's some good entry points. Okay, I'm not familiar with that house at all. Okay, so Laurel Hills, here we go, 195. So this is kind of like that first Canal Place in a way. These houses tend to be a little bit closer to each other. They have nice floor plans, the country feel. They built them smaller because they're focused on the people who want to live in the downtown area, keeping the price point down. They sold really well when the development happened. This is a nice floor plan. Okay, so 1,300 square feet. It's been on the market 33 days, a little bit longer than I would have liked to have seen. 3-bedroom, 2.5 baths. We are going to move ahead. Okay, so that's all we have there. So what I'm going to do now is I want to kind of see what has been taking place with all types of properties, meaning we just saw the ones that are still on the market. Okay, there could be some that during this time period hit the market and went under contract fast. Because what I've been seeing is houses are going under contract when they're priced right in like 3 days. So, you know, all areas are a little different. So I don't want to just assume, I want to verify. Okay, so let's go ahead and include properties that are under contract, properties that closed. I want to just see what all has been taken off the market as well. So now we're going to do a summary to get a good just understanding really quick. Okay, so 14 are active. 8 have closed. I'm going to want to pay attention. 2800 Lincoln Street. Okay, so look at this. 14 pending, 14 active. So that already is telling us in the last 30 days, there's been as many properties that go under contract. And again, remember how saying some of these days on market were higher? That's telling me that these were looked at probably at the same time these were looked at, but these were the better priced houses. They offered more value to somebody. Funny, because all the houses I'm seeing that I want to look at are on the pending list, right? But you'll see even some of these days on market are a little bit more than I would have expected. Now, it's funny because I remember when I got in the industry, days on market were 90 to 120. So to me, it does seem crazy to think it's been on the market 26 days, but that's the market we're in. And if you've looked at a house, you probably, if you're watching this video, you probably missed out on a house. You probably know there's multiple offers taking place. You have to be fast. Me doing my research is, of course, one of the most important things for me to help my client land that best house. The better you know the market, the more you can confidently act when you're ready to go. And of course, we'll do other videos that tell you how to research, how to prepare. And just so you know, these properties I'm pulling up, this is the realtor database. So if any of these listings I pull up and I'm the listing agent, I'm going to let you know that because that means I'm representing the seller. So right now, I'm just kind of a neutral party because I'm just putting this out on video. So I'm not acting like I'm representing you. I'm not acting like I'm representing the seller. What I'm doing is I'm just doing my homework. I'm just talking out loud. Okay, so I want to, we've already looked at the actives. So I'm going to take these off. I don't remember the Pope Street one. You know what, if nothing else, I'll just thumb through them fast. Okay, so we've already looked at this one. No, we haven't. This is a closed one. So now we're seeing a lot more in the Earlewood. I've noticed that already just in the pendings. 3-bedroom, 1-bath, 75,000. Okay, this one's over in Keenan Terrace. We already saw it. That was another active. We saw that one. Okay, here's one in Earlewood under contract for 92,000. I'm surprised all the under hundreds right now taking place. Okay. So we saw one active on Palmetto earlier. Now this one's a different one that's under contract. A lot of activity in Keenan Terrace taking place. Okay, Gadsden Street, 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, 155,000. Only 1,000 square feet, and it closed. So, ooh, that's intriguing. One thing, of course, is we're going to want to take a look at the roof. These are all brick, so foundation moved, which they have. I mean, these houses built in the 40s, every house is going to move some, but brick is less forgiving as far as showing if it moved or not. That's going to be okay. So that one was just a little bit different as far as the roof lines. But what we know is, I'm not going to put it on the agent version where I get all the good details because we're online right now. You know what though? I will make myself a note, right? Because I'm curious. I'm guessing. This one, days on market 1, so it had to sell for right around list, if not a little bit higher. Okay, this is a nice little home. 3 bedroom, 2 baths, 164,000, just under 1,400 square feet. Again, it closed in 3 days. Trying to figure out if that's one. If I know the person in that house. Okay, Lincoln Street. This was one I was curious on. 3 bedroom, 1 bath, little 1,250 square feet, 175,000. I like that. Good job there. Okay. That's a good sale right there. So basically they've put the money into the mechanicals on this house. Okay, Laurel Hills, here we go. 3 bedroom, 2.5, 169.9. That one's under contract. So we're seeing a lot in the 160s for like 1,400 square foot homes. 175. Days on market was 1 on that one. This is a nice looking house. A lot of these houses, one of the reasons, of course, price moves up in this area is more and more people, of course, learn about this community. But these are old houses, so more and more houses are getting the newer roofs, the tankless hot water heaters. So as people are improving their property, they bring the value up. And so it's a neighborhood now where the market justifies making those improvements because it's an investment for you. Another pending one, priced at 190. Okay, Earlewood. That one looks more like Laurel Hills. That may be, wonder if this is on Park Street near the back. Because it has a pretty tight ledge. I haven't been in this home. So 195,000, 3 bedroom, 2 bath. Let me pull this one up on the map real quick. It's interesting. I'm not familiar with that property. Oh, you know what? I think I know where it's at now. That's probably on the left side on the street going up. I'm surprised. I was trying to pull up Cottontown. Haven't really seen any properties in Cottontown take place. Let's go back to that one. Okay, so this was in Elmwood Park Street. 259,000, 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,600 square feet. Nice porch. River Drive. So these, wow. River Drive tends not to carry as much of a price point because it's a pretty busy street. Although at some point, I bet these are going to be zone business, which will then actually could completely transform that into being one of the more expensive streets if it's done right. It's a beautiful home. I like this house a lot. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,700 square feet. So that gives you a lot of space in each room. Has a lot of good curb appeal. It's brick. It's a property I like. $260. That is a higher price point for that street in this area. Cottontown, here we go. Cottontown, there's something about Cottontown that just grabs you. So let's go ahead and take a peek inside. Did a good job with the cabinets. Ooh, I like that extra storage where you can get to it from the side as well. Oh, I'm curious if I could see that one opening. This one's probably just there for show, but it looks nice. Cotton. And now, so the interesting thing, this would be your history lesson from the Civil War, of course, because these are historic homes. River Drive, I think it is. That's actually, there's a little tiny church there, and you probably won't even catch it. I mean, it's just such a small building, and there's a rock in the front. And that, if you actually stop and read it, that is where Columbia surrendered to Sherman. So Cottontown was where a lot of old warehouses used to be with the cotton, right? So unfortunately, the night Columbia got burnt to the ground, yeah, that place went up in a blaze. Okay, so anyways, that's some of the activity lately in the downtown market, North Main area, Cottontown, Earlewood, Elmwood. If you're looking, typically what I view those houses at, and this is where I try to stay with the market, is I still view this neighborhood as a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, trying to get 1.5 or 2, 1,400 square foot, trying to get in about the 165 range. What we are seeing is this area is supporting the 200s much better than it used to. Because if there is any land, developers bought it, put a house on it. So the price point has moved up considerably over the last, we can easily say several years, but it was hitting an upswing in the 2006. This area really stagnated in that 2007 to 2008 timeframe. It's been slowly coming back, but these last 4 or 5 years, it's really ramping up a lot faster than a lot of the other areas. So anyways, if you have any questions on any of this, just reach out to me. I hope you enjoyed it. I did my homework, so I get to go on to the next task. And I hope you enjoyed just looking over my shoulder and, seeing how realtors prepare for the day, get a better understanding of the market. I'm going to be doing different areas. So if you have a specific price point, a specific area, reach out to me. I'll talk to you soon. Okay, have a good day. Bye.